Hey guys, it's Robin. I just wanted to make kind of a little fun video today. I've been saying for a while I was gonna tell my ghost story, so I wanted to I wanted to finally make that video because I said I was gonna, so I want to do that. I found a fun little area that has some really good parking. I got one of the last spots, and you can see I got right over there. Got one of the last spots. There's little shops and stuff over there, so I'm gonna go maybe find some coffee or something and then finish getting ready and stuff, and then the beach is just right. Oh. Super fun, cute little area. Look there, I don't know if you can see way over there, but there's little benches way over there and stuff, so I thought it'd be fun. I maybe bring my painting down and sit and paint, or just go play in the water. I don't know, we'll see. So keep you guys updated along the way and get some ghost stories going. Alrighty, talk to you guys later. Hey! So right after I did that little video, the lady that was next to me ended up moving, so I scooted my car over, so I'm on the end. I love being on the end. And then also, it's already getting hot out and it's pretty windy, so I'm thinking I'm gonna put my hair up, but because I love leaving my hair down, but it's pain in the batoot walking around with it down. So anyway, while I was doing that, before I go get my coffee, I thought I'd tell the first ghost story. So it was back, I worked at Sullivan Park Care Center. It was back when I was like, I want to say like 23, 24, anyway. So anyway, the first one I'll tell you is everybody's favorite, because I've told these to friends and family. And so anyway, the way that the halls were, here, I'll draw it. I got a marker here. All right, so I was on one of the halls that went and faced all the way down to another hall. So like, this was my hall, and I had a bunch of rooms that I took care of people's. And then there was like a nurse's station right here, and then another hall that went all the way down. And then there was also another hall like this, but you couldn't see that one. And then there's rooms at all of these. Anyway, so I had just come out of one of my rooms, and as I came out, I saw a lady way down here. And while I was in my room, the lady that does this hall at nighttime, because I would do this hall all by myself. I had 22 people I took care of, and then she had 22 people, and then this lady had 22 people. So at nighttime, when one of us would go take our lunch, then us two would watch the other halls. So anyway, she had just come and told me she was going to lunch, and then this lady was out smoking. So I was actually watching all the halls for a second. And so I came out and I saw this lady. She was like maybe about in the middle. And I came out of my room and I saw this lady, and she was walking this way, and she had this long flowy nightgown on, like this oldie-timey looking blue nightgown that wasn't the same as ours, but like people bring their own stuff, so I didn't really think much of it at the time. Anyway, I walked down, and I just kind of, she went about the same speed as me, so she made it all the way till the end of the hall before I actually got there to her. And as I was following her down to see what was up, you know, it was like 2 a.m. I'm like, what's going on, lady? She turned into that very last room. And so I kept walking, and I walked in and turned after her. And as soon as I turned the corner and got in there, she wasn't there. And that room only had 2 men in it, and they were both in their beds sleeping. I looked in the bathroom, and she wasn't in the bathroom. I like kind of walked out of the hall, like, or out of the room, and kind of looked around the hall and was like, did I just not see her go down there or something? So I just kind of was like, okay. I just didn't really think too much of it. I ended up getting busy and never even got a chance to like mention it to the other lady or anything. So I never told anybody. I didn't say anything. I didn't even bring it up that night, rest of that night. I just did the rest of my shift because it started getting busy and stuff. So anyway, the next morning, because like I said, it was like 2, and then I worked until 6 a.m. and then the next shift gets there at 6:30. So during that last 30 minutes when I was leaving, I went to go walk to the through the hall. You go through the kitchen area to go get to where the rooms are where you go clock out and stuff. And so I was going through there. I got over to where I was walking through the dining room, and as I was walking through the dining room, I could hear the girls at the clock in spot, the next morning shift ladies, and I didn't even know them because I didn't know the girls on the other side. I just knew the ones in the morning where I worked. And I could hear them talking, and they were talking about this lady in blue. So I kind of like walked slower because I wanted to hear what they were talking. I was like, lady in blue, that's what I just saw. And I heard her, the lady goes, what are you talking about? She goes, yeah, have any of the residents mentioned her to you? All these residents keep telling us how they keep seeing this lady in an oldie-timey blue nightgown, and she just walks around and then goes into that last room and disappears. And I'm going, oh my gosh, that's what I just saw. So that freaked me out because like I didn't tell anybody or anything, and here these girls were talking about it when I came and walked through the thing, and they didn't know that I had just seen that, and like what are the chances they have to be talking about it right as I walked in there. So that was pretty spooky. But it was fun. So there's that one. Still gotta get my earrings on. So let me tell you, there's a couple more, and I'll tell you my most favoritist one later, because it's fun. I'll tell it once I go get my coffee and stuff. But anyway, just a couple other little ones that are just kind of fun ones. Just a little one. I was sitting at the table, so same. So I'm on my hall. And one of my favoriteest ladies was back in the very, very back room here. And then in the middle here, we had like tables and stuff for them to sit at for like lunch. And there was like a TV and stuff. And then still in this big open space here, there was still a couple rooms back behind there, which I'll get to that later, because there was one where I was sitting in this little dining room area, and while I was sitting there, some crazy stuff was going on in one of these rooms, and I could see it. I'll get to that one later. But anyway, so I'm sitting at this spot, and I can hear behind me, and again, this is a different day. It's again like 2 or 3 a.m. Nobody's up. It's just me, and then the other girls are on their halls, and I'm sitting, and I can hear behind me the lady coming, and she does it all the time. This little old lady, she had this little the walker or whatever, and it was the same noise every time. She would do this to all of us. We were all used to it. She would come out, and she'd do one big click, and then she'd do a couple scoots, and then she'd do a big click, and then a couple scoots, and you could hear it's her feet. Like it was like her signature. Like we knew she was coming, because what she would do is we would be so busy doing all this stuff, and all she'd want to do is hang out with us. And so we would try to hang out with her when we could, but while we were getting ready, she'd go, hey, we go, just a second, Lois, we gotta finish this. She'd go, okay. And then we'd start doing our thing, then she'd go, hey, we go, it's okay, Lois. And then after a couple times, she'd get impatient, so we would hear her coming, and so you knew it was her, and then you'd have to go, and you would actually walk her back and be like, we'll be with you as soon as we carry on. But oh my gosh, she was one of my favorites, just a sweetheart. So anywho, I'm sitting at the table, and I could distinctly hear her coming, and she's coming from the very last room, so it's quite a few rooms she's coming down. So I waited till the very last second to turn around, because I don't know why. I was doing I was doing my charting for my stuff. I was the ones on the little screen things, the automatic ones were down, so I was sitting at the table actually writing it out. And so I was like trying to finish my sentences and didn't want to turn around and help her yet. But I could hear her coming, and finally I could hear she was right behind me on my shoulder. So I turned to go, okay, Lois, and she wasn't there. And like, guys, it's loud. I could definitely hear her, like 4 Sherzies. And so I got up and went down to the room to check on her, and she was just in bed sleeping. But what was even crazier is her walker was on the other side of the room next to the other lady, and the other lady's bedridden, so it's not like she got up and took her walker. And the lady that had the walker, there's no way she could have walked without it. So it's not like she left it over there and then walked back into bed, or like she came and then ran and did it or something. Like I mean, it's a good chance that like no, that wouldn't have been either, because I was going to say it could have been that the person before me who took care of them, and then I came on the next shift, maybe they left it over there. But I'd been in her room a couple times, because like I said, the other lady was bedridden. So the first thing I do when I would get to the onto my shift is I'd go around and like change everybody. And so I'd already been in there once or twice, and the walker was next to her bed like it always was. So that was that one. And then another one that's just another little one, and then I'm gonna go get me a coffee, and I'll tell you guys my last fun one later. So there was this one nurse who had just started walking, and there's a whole bunch of little things she could see. If I can remember more of them, I'll put those in, but this was the one I could remember the most. Oh, come on, where are you at? This is the one I want. My little flower. So she, like I said, she could like see cool stuff, and I needed her for something. I can't remember what, but she'd only been there 2 or 3 days, and she was so nice. I really liked her. And I can't remember her name now, but I went and got her, and as we were walking by, or walking down my hall, she was walking, we were both walking, and she goes, oh my goodness. And I was like, what? She goes, I just saw an angel right above his room. And like I said, she'd only been there 2 or 3 days, so she didn't know it, but this guy that she happened to point out was the nicest, sweetest, kindest, like just the sweetest fella you ever could have met. And so the fact that that's the room that she saw the angel on was just like, oh. And then like kind of a sad end of the story, but 2 days later he actually ended up passing away. So, but like it, I don't know, it was more of a happy, because like this angel was there for him. Like, how sweet is that? So it was fun, because there was other times too she'd point him out, and then, you know, stuff would happen later, but it always made me really happy, because here he was at the end, but he wasn't alone the whole time. I just thought that was sweet. And like, he was such a sweetie. Even all the end and everything, you'd go in and talk to him, and he just was so happy. He was always just so happy, so at peace. He'd be like, oh, how you doing, darling? And he couldn't get up and move around and stuff. He would just lay there. But oh, he was just the sweetest soul. And I was there maybe 2 or 3 months with him, and I'd go in and sit with them sometimes and stuff. So it was fun that me and her just happened to walk down when she saw that, and I gotta experience that with her. So, but hey, look at that, my very last earring I'm putting on. And I just finished my stories. So there's those ones. I'll finish that last one later. It's so fun, it's my favorite. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get a coffee and go see some stuff. So I'll show you how pretty the ocean is when I walk down there too. It's gonna be beautiful. All right, talk to you soon. Coffee. I always get me a drip coffee with way too much cream. But anyway, look how stinking cute this is. These little starfish that they put on these, like, somebody took time to do that. I just thought that was too cute. I had to show you guys. Look at this. It comes all the way down. It just keeps going, and then I'm walking down right to the beach over there. So I'll be down there shortly. So check out this fun place down by the water. Lots of people by the ocean, but it's fun because there's all these tables and stuff, and people can just come set up. Such a fun little spot. Oh, look, these little places are all like covered, and people brought their little tent things to put over them, and then there's all those spots. I'm surprised it's not busier. That's fun. I think I'll go pick one of them tables and see what's up. Oh look, they're like parasailing way out there. Ah! You see it? That's so fun. I did that once in Florida. Ah. Cool. Oh, and they're jet skiing, and people are up here trying to surf if the waves would come in. And they're fun. Pretty way over there too. We'll explore a little bit. Maybe paint. Cool. So many benches, but I decided to put my towel out and come lay in the shade of a palm tree, because I ain't never done that before. Look how pretty, guys. Ooh. I'm just gonna lay and look at that for a little while, and look at all this prettiness around me. I think I'll chill for a minute, and then I'm gonna jailbreak me an avocado for lunch and get all my paint stuff out and just chill here. Not too shabby. I'll get you that last story here in a little while. Got a bunch of my little thingies set out and my painting dress on. So I'm gonna pick some stuff. I think I'm about to start out these little boxes. I've been wanting to work on them for a bit. And then I've been wanting to add some stuff to this painting so it can be finished. And then I'm just chilling at this pretty spot. The beach is right up over the little spot there, so I can go walk over to the ocean anytime if I want. having fun. Alright, I got this one going. Gonna make a fun background, and then when it dries I can put some cool stuff on it. One of my favorite ways to do backgrounds. Finish doing the rest, show you what it's like when it's all done. So that's how he turned out. I'll let that one dry and then maybe do some more stuff on it. I added the excess paint on this one, so I'll do more on this one while that one's drying. And I got this little box that I added a little base stuff on, so while that one's drying I'll add more to that one. And just, it's usually what I do is I get a few going at a time, and then as they dry I do a little bit, and then I go move to a different one and then do the next one. So it's just fun. Moved my art up onto a little bench. That's where I was, over there in those palm trees. Some kiddos started playing soccer, so moved right over here and got me a nice view of the ocean. Just enjoying the sunshine and the good smellies of the ocean, and painting with all the colors. I just keep adding more and more to them until I like them. We'll see how they turn out. Hey guys, I just got back to my car from painting at the beach. I'm all covered in paint. I'm gonna go find there was a little pizza place I saw the other day. I went by. It's called Flippin' Pizza. I thought it was funny. So if you haven't noticed, I usually pick the places I go based on the silliness of their names. But I noticed you could get just a slice there, so I thought it'd be fun to run over there, get a little slice after I've been painting. I am gonna clean up. I don't even care. I'm just gonna go grab some. So gonna go do that, and then find me a little spot that I can tell you guys my last story, and then I'll get this all put together and posted. Just do something kind of little today. So cool. See you guys in a little bit. I'm excited. Basil looks so good. Oh man, the smell of it's gonna be delicious. Hey guys! Oh my gosh, that was some glorious pizza. Totally worth it. Man, I'm just like exhausted. I don't know about you guys, but the last few days I've just been like, oh, I've like been just kind of wanting to sleep a bunch, but at the same time I like have a bunch of energy and want to do stuff. But oh my goodness, so it was a good day to just chill and do slow stuff, and had fun painting. And I put all the paintings I did away already, but look, I've got the little box I did. It's not done at all. I think I'm gonna speckle it and get some more little thingies on it. Look, it's got a cute little. And then I made some, I'll put this up here. I made a bunch of little cranes for making my, because I like to do the little crane chains. Ugh. I did one of each color. Got some rainbows going on. So I got to fix the little red one, and I'm going to make them all a little darker, do another coat on all of them. So that'll be fun. And then I'm making this other little box. It's in a little origami box. So I got purple inside, blue on the outside, and go and put a little box together. Cute. I'm gonna color that, and I've got a cool little like paintbrush thing that's just a like little dabber, and I'm gonna put little dots all over the stuff, and that'll be fun. So anyway, there's a few little art things going, and see how that goes. But yeah, look, I do a little thing for the last story so I could explain it. So yeah, so here's the last story. Oh my gosh, this one's my favorite. Everybody likes the old lady one, the going down the hall one that I bet the best, but this one's my personal favorite. And this one actually really scared the heck out of me when it was happening. But like, not like, none of these were like felt evil or demony or nothing. Like everything was really peaceful, and like I never got bad vibes working there or anything. It was always like, oh my gosh, like I got basil in my teeth from the freaking pizza. God, I noticed that before doing the entire video. But anyway, so that last one, here's the hall. And so this is one hall, and then there was like the second hall you could see all the way down, and then the third one, but this is my hall. And the way it would do it here, I'll do it for the, there, it was, this is. So we had these rooms, and these rooms were all double rooms, and so there were 2 people in each of these. So this is where that lady was, and I was sitting at one of these tables when I heard her coming from back here, and so good her coming, and then I turned, she wasn't there. This is the room she was way back in. She was here, and then the other lady was here, the bedridden one, and this is where her walker is way back over here. And then the other one where the lady was, I was like in the middle of this, coming out of like one of these last rooms here or something, when I saw the lady all the way up the hall. But anyway, for this last one, I was sitting in this chair right here. This is, we had tables where people could sit to eat, and then these were rooms where there was one person at this room, and the corner rooms. And then here was actually, this is kind of open, and there was like a TV right here. And then this was where they'd eaten stuff. And so anyway, I'm sitting in this chair right here, so I can see into this room right here, but the door is like right here open. And so like I can only see like the there's like shelving or like a cupboard thing right here, so I can just kind of see in the cupboard, but the door's wide open, so I can see in there, and then I can hear everything, and I'm sitting right here watching the TV. Anyway, while I'm sitting there, out of nowhere, the light just starts flicking on and off, and I was like, that's really weird. And then I can hear the little table in there that the guys got, because it's they all had little tables right next to their bed with their stuff on it and everything, and I could hear it like moving and all over the place and moving all around and stuff, and the lights going off and on. And then I start hearing him in there, so he's totally bedridden, he cannot get out, and it's nighttime. The way he liked to sleep was he didn't like his arms under the blankets, so we put his blankets up as far as we could up to his neck, and then they'd all be tucked in around his legs, and then just up, and then his arms were like out. So only his arms are out. He can't get up. Like even if he wanted to, he could not get up. There's no way he had the strength to like be moving the thing around or anything. And then the light switch was all the way across. That's so on this, so his bed is over here, the door to go in is on the other side, and when I walked in, oh, and the light switch is on this side of the wall too. Like there ain't no way you could reach that. That's why I was like freaking out and be like, what's going on? So like I should have like went right in, but it was so like, oh my gosh, what's going on, that I just sat there frozen going, oh, what's going on? I was like eating my lunch and stopped and was like, what's going on? So anywho, I heard him in there, and like he'd make this sound whenever he was like real agitated. You could hear him go and he'd like get all angry and stuff, and you'd go in and be like, what's wrong, how can we help you? So anyway, I could hear him in there doing that, so I knew he was like all agitated and something was going on, so I knew he was awake. And like I said, I was just like frozen there in the chair while it was going on. And then his little light for came on, the little red light that they can push, that's next to the bed. We keep it pinned on them so that they can reach it. And so that came on, and it kind of like shook me out of my like, oh, and so I got up and slowly like walked in and like poked my head in. I'm like, what's going on? Are you okay? And he goes, did you see all those little kids? They came in here and they were messing with my table and they were messing with the light. Did you see them? And I was like, no, I didn't see any kids, but I heard it. He's like, you heard it? You heard it? And I was like, yeah. He's like, they were just all over here. They wouldn't leave me alone. And I just wanted to, can you shut my light off and get my table back? The table had been flung all the way across. Like I heard it too. I heard it hit the freaking, not the shelves, the cupboard. Although I can't think of the thing. And so it was like all flung across the room. And again, there's no way he had the strength to fling this thing. And like, if he had, everything would have fallen off it. That was the other thing too, is all his things were like still on it very nicely, because he had his water, and then they always had like some Kleenex and just like all their little things, and it was just all on there just fine, but it was flung across the room. So I brought it back over to him and chatted with him for a minute, and he was just like, "Are you sure you didn't see those kids?" I was like, "I didn't see the kids, but I did hear the stuff." So he was like thrilled that I at least, you know, could kind of back him up a little, because he was like, he was freaked out. He was like, and then he was also just really pissed. He was like so upset those kids were messing with his stuff and flickering his light. So he was like, "Make sure they leave me alone and don't come back in and mess with my stuff again." I was like, "All right, buddy, no problem." So I, you know, shut the light off and stuff. But that was my favorite ghost story. So, and we'd always have like residents saying they see little kids and stuff, and I never really thought much of it, but that time I did. So then when they told me that, from then on, if they told me that they saw kids, I was like, you might be serious. So, but yeah, so that was my favorite one. And I'm just gonna have this be a short video today. And if you guys have any cool ghost stories that you've had, feel free to message me on my Instagram and send them to me, or like if you want to do a video with me and tell some of your ghost stories, that'd be fun too. But yeah, you can find me over at TikiChick44 on Instagram, and if you want to tell me any stories or talk about any cool university stuff, just message me over there. It's free, and I can help you out with any, if you're trying to like live your dreams and stuff. If you have any questions, just ask. So, but okay guys, thanks for listening to my silly stories, and I'll get back at you later, and hope you had fun seeing my paintings. I'll once I finish them, because none of those were done, that was all just like the base stuff. So once they're dry and I work on them more, I'll post them on my Instagram and show them to you guys. All right guys, talk to you later. Bye.